Very much indeed.
Oh, getting nervous already. Well, our West Africa correspondent, the United States Intelligence Director, Avril Haines, says the fighting in Ukraine has been slowing down and the tempo to pick up again over the winter months.
Now here, jewellers have begun resizing the crown, which will be used for the coronation of King Charles next May.
The St Edward's crown weighs nearly 4.5 pounds and is normally on display with the rest of the crown jewels at the Tower of London. Here's our royal correspondent, Daniela Ralph. 12 minutes past 6 now, the Brazilian football legend Pelé is said to be in a stable condition in hospital amid increasing concerns around his health. The
three-time World Cup winner issued a statement saying he was continuing to receive treatment for colon cancer, as Celestina Ololode reports. I wish him all the best. He's undoubtedly... Well, it's interesting, isn't it, that whole debate about who's the greatest player of all time. Jurgen Klinsmann, very clear there that it's Pelé.
Absolute legend. So good to know he's stable at the moment. 14 minutes past 6. Let's check in with Chris this morning. Have that safety warning, but as Christmas trees go up, this is very exciting that we might have the first flurry of the white stuff.
Yes, I love a bit of...
Chew on one, Chris. It's probably too soon to say, isn't it, to even ask about the big day, a white Chris. Thank you.
18 minutes past 6 now. A shortage of care home workers means that some businesses are having to reduce the number of people that they can accept, despite having empty rooms in their care homes.
Recruitment difficulties in the sector are also impacting on hospital discharge rates, with medically fit patients taking up beds because there's no social care package in place.
So one care home boss is now calling for care workers to be given greater recognition in a bid to encourage staff to stay in the sector, as Jen Smith reports. We're going to talk more about that particularly after 8 o'clock this morning with Nadra Ahmed, who represents some of the care homes in the Care Home Association. Get her view on it.
Yeah, and as Jen was saying in her report, it's not just the care in the homes themselves, it's the knock-on impact then for hospitals releasing patients who are well enough to leave. Just gone 21 minutes past 6. Let's have a quick look at the papers. They're ready for penalties. They might be. I am not.
Well, he knows all about penalties. Go on, you want to do that? You were quite caught by this, weren't you? Staying with the football theme.
You get the hairdressers to come round every time before you present breakfast.
Could you imagine?
Here we go. Hero's stylish ritual. So this is a bit of it. Stays on. He's booked for both teams. And yeah, I did the new lines on Foden a few weeks ago on Grealish's highlights. Beautiful. I always cut them the day before the game. I wish it could be on the morning so that they look even fresher, but obviously they've got to be focused.
Doesn't grow that much overnight.
On the morning, you'd want them to be thinking about the football, wouldn't you?
Getting their Barnet sorted out.
Well, good on them. It's important to feel good, isn't it?
Ball. Britain's birth rate in peril as half of adults rule out having children. That's according to this story. I think this looks like it might be out of the Mail on Sunday by the planning on having children, with the birth rate as a result set to plummet with all the consequences that has. But it seems we were just talking about care and people getting older. I suppose in some ways that might help in generations to come.
Yeah, I just guess it's people looking after people. You know, that next generation to care for the elderly. It's tricky, isn't it? To get the balance. This divided. This is in the Telegraph, but it's in lots of papers this morning. So there's Angela Rayner, Labour's deputy leader. I've seen you with your glow sticks from that in the 90s. But there was a lot of division on social media about whether or not she showed a sort of aspect of a personality that would engage with lots of people who might have disengaged with politics, but then some saying if she wants to be taken seriously, is that necessarily the look for a politician?
Very down to earth, isn't she? I think that's the thing.
And it will have chimed with lots of people in a way maybe lots of politics doesn't.
It's 25 minutes past 6 now. We're going to talk about Christmas. We're going to talk about turkeys because there's a sad story emerging this year, as you will have heard in the week. We're going to hear about a farmer who's lost his entire flock of turkeys and geese to bird flu, and unsurprisingly, he says it's destroyed his business. Yeah, Steve Childerhouse has lost more than 13,000 birds, meaning he can't supply his local community this Christmas, and it's not looking good for next year either, as Alex Dunlop reports.